Good morning. As you would have just seen, I have completed the food shop for the week, and I just thought I'd come on very quickly to wish you a good morning. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining me here. And as always, I think we're just going to spend the next couple of days together. It should be really lovely. But before that, I am going to get all of these groceries home and pop everything away, and then we will see what is on the agenda for today. I do know I've got an appointment this afternoon. I've got the osteopath this afternoon. I've got another one of those appointments. Maybe my last appointment. I am feeling a lot better, so we'll see how it goes. But I will speak to you again once I get home. I'm home and all the groceries are put away, and I wanted to show you my newest little experiment. And yes, I did buy another pineapple. Pineapples and strawberries, blueberries are still in season at the moment, so I am trying to enjoy them as much as possible. I have stopped propagating the tops. As you can see, I have quite a few here, and look, I mean, even through this crystal cut glass you can see like the roots. They're doing so well, but the temperatures have still been a little bit warm, so I've just kind of kept them inside in the kitchen here and are sort of babying them for now. But my newest little experiment, I've never done this before and I have no idea if this is going to work, but this is a piece of elephant garlic. And elephant garlic is my preferred garlic because it's so much easier to peel. And I've had this for a little while. I'm hoping it's gonna, there we go. Can you kind of see here, like on the bottom, it looks like there's roots starting. Can you kind of make that out? And I wondered if I could propagate it the same as I've done the pineapple by kind of just popping that end bit in water. So I've got a little shot glass from New Zealand, and I filled it with a little bit of water, and I've just got it sort of sitting in there so that it the bottom of it's in the water, and hopefully we might actually get some roots growing, and then I might be able to kind of propagate my own garlic, maybe. Fingers crossed. As I said, no idea if this is going to work. I've never done it before, nor have I Googled whether you can propagate garlic in this way, but I thought I had one and I would just do it as a little experiment and see how we go with it. But yes, so it's been added to the little pineapple family here. It's almost like a little, like a cousin or an adopted child, because I mean, they're all kind of fruits, but it's not even a fruit. Anywho, we'll see how we go. But these definitely need to get in the ground outside post haste. I'm just waiting for the weather to change a little bit. We are in autumn now. The mornings and the evenings are definitely cooler, but the daytime temperatures are still a bit warm. So I'm holding off at this stage. The other thing I wanted to mention, if you've been here and hanging out with me for a little while, you'll remember I bought these two paintings at a sort of antique vintage store. And I have been saying for weeks, I think I've been telling you for weeks, that I'm going to hang them up. And I've delayed doing it for many reasons. Some of them is just me procrastinating on doing it. But the main is I had a change of heart as to where I was going to put them. I sort of, in the shop when I was there, I had a very clear vision of the wall I was going to put them on. But then when I got home, I have changed my mind. So just in case you didn't see that video, I'll show you a little bit kind of close-ups that they're kind of a set, but the framing is slightly different. So this is the first one here, and you can see like this is sort of a creek here, and then you've got your trees. And then the other one is this one here. So again, you've got sort of a creek or a river here with like your grasses and that. Gorgeous trees, little house there. I just thought that they were so beautiful and so typical of the Australian countryside where I live, and so I thought that that was actually quite nice. Now, this is the wall where I'm actually thinking of putting them. I'm just going to stop for a minute to say, I don't know if you can hear that chicken, but there is a chicken who is laying an egg at the moment, and it's making all the commotion about it. But the original wall is actually a completely different wall. But what I'm thinking is, I've always felt like this area needed something a bit more weighty. And so I'm thinking of putting the larger of the two of these landscape prints here, and then moving this here, and then almost like stacking possibly this one and then the other one here. And I thought that that might be nice, and it might just kind of complement this wall. So I've been toying with that idea, and that's why I have delayed in putting them up, because I don't want to go through the effort of, you know, drilling holes in the walls and putting all the picture hanging bits in if I was going to change my mind. But yes, that's what I'm thinking. Let me see if I can hang one up so you can kind of get a bit of an idea. All right, you're not going to be able to get a very good idea. But this is kind of, so next to that landscape, I thought this one here, it's just, as you can see, it's a lot bigger than the one that's there now. So I think it just adds a little bit of sort of, adds a little bit of something. And then this one here on this side, and then just above it, potentially the sort of gold framed one with this one, I think would look really nice. So I've been toying with that idea for probably 2 to 3 weeks now, and I'm pretty sure I'm set. I'm pretty sure that that is what I'm going to do. So maybe we will try and do that in this video. I can probably get this one up right now, actually. I could just take the other one off. I'm pretty sure they've already got the picture. Yeah, they've already got the little picture hanging bits. Maybe let's just quickly do that now. Let's be productive and let's do that now, and let's see how it looks. Hold on, I'm going to put you down. All right, it is up. I've been meaning to do that for like over a month now, I would say. And I've been procrastinating about it. So I actually really like it. I'm super, super happy with that. I've just got my little leveler here, and I'm just going to double check. I've just sort of popped it up on the wall, so I'm just going to double check that it is level. Oh, not too bad. Look at that. Ooh, very happy with that. I think it just adds a bit more weight, kind of, with the larger piece. And I do obviously enjoy my landscapes. And then this is kind of how I was thinking these two would sit on the wall. So sort of one on top of the other. Do you think do them like that, like one on top of the other? Or do you think I should almost, you know, sort of stagger them a bit? I'm torn. I do like them though together. I do think that they look really nice. All right, I'm going to ponder that before I commit to drilling on the wall. Rightio, I've just arrived at my osteo appointment, and I am early. I wasn't sure what the traffic situation was going to be at this time of day. My appointment's at 3 o'clock, and I thought, oh, school traffic might be a bit of an issue, so I left a bit earlier, but it wasn't too bad, which is nice. So as I was saying earlier, I think this might be my last osteo appointment for a little while. I definitely feel like it was helpful, and particularly like she was able to kind of diagnose that the weakness was definitely in my glutes. So over the last couple of weeks while I've been at the, in the gym, she gave me a couple of like additional exercises to do, deadlifts, that kind of thing, just to try and build up the muscle tone in my glutes to better support my lower back, so I'm not getting that pain there, and I'm not getting that twisting because there's sort of the support now in the ligaments in that area. I'm not getting that twisting in my hips, which is definitely relieving the tension and the pressure from my lower back, which is brilliant. My neck and my jaw, I think, like many people, that is just going to be one of those things. I really need to work on my stress management and not holding all of my tension in my neck. But you know, we'll see how we go. She's given me some stretches and exercises to do for that as well. So hopefully, if I'm sort of keep up with that over the next couple of weeks, I'll get some improvement there as well. But it's been really, really helpful. And obviously once I've been, it's such a relief and it feels so good. But yeah, so I'm just chilling in the car. I don't want to go in too early. They don't have a massive waiting room there, so I don't want to sort of take it up and sit in there for 10-15 minutes. So I thought I would chat with you. I didn't end up hanging up those other two paintings. I got distracted, so maybe we will try and do that tomorrow. It'll be probably about 4ish, I'd say, when I get home. I need to make a batch of cookies when I get home. And by the time I do all of that, I'm not going to feel like hanging those paintings up. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. And yeah, that's kind of the plan, I think, for this afternoon. Make some cookies and then maybe just try and have an early night. It's been one of those weeks this week. I'm just, yeah, feeling quite tired. So early night for me, I think. I hope your week has been going really well. I know for, I think most, possibly a lot of countries, Easter is coming up, so I have got quite the, you'll be watching this on the week of Easter, and it will be a long weekend, which I feel is very needed. Just 4 days where I basically just do not leave the house. I do sort of, for Easter, do like a smaller, kind of like almost what I do, like a little mini Christmas. So I'll do like a lamb roast, I'll do roasted vegetables, a quiche, I'll do potato salad, all of those delicious things. And Mum and I will kind of have that to like celebrate Easter. And we'll probably do that on the Friday and then have like the leftovers for the sort of 4 days, and sort of have them for like lunch and dinner and that, and just really enjoy the leftovers. And as I said, basically I have no plans to leave my house for those 4 days, so that will be absolutely lovely. I would love to know what your plans are for Easter. Let me know in the comments if you've got any plans, or are you doing what I'm doing and basically just chilling in the house, taking a rest, catching up on some TV, catching up on reading. I did watch, what did I watch the other day? I finished watching Young Sherlock. That was actually like pretty good. I find it challenging to find TV series and movies in that I find like engaging enough to watch the whole sort of thing and like for it to hold my attention. But I mean, I'm quite partial to like a Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie. So Young Sherlock was definitely in my wheelhouse, and I really enjoyed that. I thought the acting was really good, the storyline was good. I won't give anything away, but I do recommend that if you're looking for something to watch. That was really good. I'm trying to think if I don't know if I've watched any good movies recently. I think I saw Nobody 2, like Nobody and then the number 2 has come onto maybe Netflix. And I might watch that this weekend for my like Saturday movie night. We'll see. I didn't mind the first one. It was quite like an action espionage kind of one. So I'm hoping that the second one will be really good as well. So maybe that'll be a Saturday viewing. But yeah, other than that, it's probably getting close to time. So I'm going to go in and I will talk to you again when I'm at home. Good morning. It is actually the next day and I'm just in bed. I've had a bit of a lie-in this morning and I'm having breakfast in bed. I've got an omelette, I've got sausage, strawberries, a few little potatoes, tea, my green tea, freshly squeezed orange juice, and I'm just going to put on my audiobook.
Somehow she was glad that he insisted on these double security measures.
And I'm going to have some delicious breakfast, so I will talk to you after.
Paper from Scotland Yard.
Well, as you may be able to see, it is raining again. There is another cyclone up north. So we are just sort of getting quite the number of rain showers this week while the weather system passes. Not that the garden minds, it is very happy with all of this rain, but it kind of just means on the weekend days it's basically just to stay in the house and be cozy, which is nice. So I've just got a few little bits and bobs to do this morning, and then I might just, oh gosh, it's really coming down now, goodness me. Yes, as I was saying, I might try and do a few little bits and bobs, and then maybe we will hang out a little bit this afternoon. We'll see how the day plays out. I just wanted to show you very quickly, I had these shoes delivered earlier, and I don't know if I had a chance to share them with you. They're from a brand called Frankie 4. You can kind of just see, there we go. And they are a podiatrist designed shoe in Australia. They do a wide variety of shoes, ballet flats. I've got ballet flats, these ones. I've got a pair of like slides from them, and I've got these exact same shoes in a champagne color. They are so comfortable. They have like all this instep support on them, and they just really feel like you're not walking on the ground. I was looking for closed-in shoes that were leather, good quality, had a great size range. I find sometimes with cheap shoes, they don't really have much of a sole, and so when you're wearing them all day, you sort of feel like you're just walking on the ground basically with no shoes on at all. But these have got really great support in them, and I just thought I would share them with you. I think they are super cute, and they will go with a lot of things, sort of more casual things throughout winter. But yeah, so if you're in the market for shoes, and like me, you would like leather and probably something with a little bit more support in it, then maybe have a little look at Frankie 4 on their website and see if there's anything that takes your fancy. I'm not affiliated, anything like that. They don't know who I am. I paid completely for these shoes myself. I think I actually did get them on sale. I think they may have had like 20 or 30% sale a few weeks ago, and I picked them up in the sale, but otherwise I paid for them. They're just a really lovely shoe. And while I've not worn these black ones, as I've said, I do have them in the champagne color. I'm pretty sure I've shown you the champagne color ones before, but anywho, very quickly, I just wanted to give those shoes a little shout out in case you are looking for something, because I know I spent a considerable amount of time online trying to find a brand like this one. So just popping into the kitchen because I'm going to prep some lunch, and I normally have, if it's a weekend day, I have like a chicken salad for lunch. But I prep everything beforehand. So as you can see, I've got everything grated and sliced. I've got carrot, cucumber, there's beetroot in here, there's slow cooked chicken in there, avocado, put some whole grain mustard seeds in there, and I do like a little bit of like an olive oil dressing. And that is generally what I have for a lunch. I just find it so much easier to have everything prepped and ready to go. It just sort of means I can just pull bits out, pop it in the bowl, and sort of very quick and easy to assemble. But while I'm in the kitchen, I wanted to show you something very exciting. One, can you believe that I am still getting cucumbers at this time of year? But two, now you will recall I showed you this little garlic clove at the beginning of this video, and I'd literally, moments before showing you, had just popped it into this little shot glass with, you can kind of see at the bottom there, with some water in it. And I've never done this before, so it was a little bit of an experiment. If you can hear that sound, it's the rain. It is raining again. A little bit of an experiment to see if I could get a root system to grow, similar to what I've done here with the pineapples. And would you believe, look at that. Look. What's that? Like, in a matter of hours, Look at them. They are brand new roots. So what I'm hoping is I'll let kind of the roots get a little bit bigger, and then I'll plant it out into the kitchen garden beds, and then over time this little clove will multiply and become one sort of large, you know, is it a clove, the whole thing? Bulb, garlic bulb, and then it has like multiple cloves in it. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping for. And then I could kind of just go back, and then each time, similar to what I do with the ginger and turmeric, I could use some garlic and then replant some garlic. But how cool is that? Anywho, so there you go. If you've got any garlic at home that's got little roots at the end, you can very easily just pop it in some water and grow yourself some garlic. This is elephant garlic. I find that the easiest because the clove size is so big. It just makes it much easier to sort of cut and prep. But the rain sounds like it's just stopped for a minute, so I actually might race outside very quickly and see what we've got to add into the salad. It's been such a weird weather day today. Rain and then sun and then rain. I think it's just going to be like that for most of the week. Look how good the Temple Bells is doing. She's put on so much growth. And I cannot believe how big this hydrangea has gotten. I'm really going to need to get the hedge trimmers out. The camera cannot even capture her all. She's absolutely massive. You can see the pumpkin going strong down there. Those leaves are so big. All right, let's have a little look. So along with the items I just showed you for my chicken salad, I normally put a spring onion in there. The spinach just had a massive prune back, so there's not a lot of really good spinach. But if we've got spinach, I would normally put spinach in. And then similar, if I've got ripe tomatoes, which these ones here are starting to go ripe. This is the tail end of my summer tomatoes. I've never grown tomatoes through summer before. It's always been much too hot and they've not made it. But this particular one has actually made it all the way through. I'm so proud of it. But yeah, as you can see, on its sort of last legs there, but we do still have a number of tomatoes that will be ripe very soon. So I've got my scissors with me. I'm just going to cut some spring onions and I'll have a little hunt through the spinach and see if I can find some good leaves. And then we'll head inside and make up the salad. Just walking back inside, I just noticed we've got little tiny yellow mushrooms. Can you see them in there? Growing amongst the sage. This sage is almost done. I might try and prune it back and see if it'll bounce back, but they're very cute little mushrooms from all the rain. And then there you have it. There is my chicken salad for lunch. I'm sure it probably doesn't look like too much, but we've got delicious chicken, avocado, beetroot, spring onions, carrot, cucumber. I'm trying to think. Seeded mustard, olive oil, a little bit of nutritional yeast. As I said, I'll often add spinach in there, tomato, capsicum if I've got it. It's just a little bit of everything, but it is so delicious. So delicious. Anywho, I'm going to tuck into this. What an absolutely gorgeous sunset as we sort of move more into autumn and heading towards winter. The sunsets always get so beautiful. The display of colours I find is always so much better in the cooler months. And given that the day is coming to a close, I think I am actually going to bid you farewell. I do apologise. This is probably a shorter video than normal. Just have not been feeling the best the last couple of days, so I do apologise for that. But I will definitely see you next week on Wednesday, and it'll be back to normal, I'm sure. I hope you all have an incredible rest of your week. You have an amazing, amazing weekend, and I look forward to spending the time with you next Wednesday. Bye.